Working on Abby's Samurai, and we're doing the trunnion bearings, and they're definitely bad. I mean, they're bad on both sides, but they're really bad on this side. But check this out. So that one came out in pieces, and that race is well used. What do you think, Abby?
Yeah, done for.
We'll put some new ones in it, get it back together. Looks like Chuck's working on some door and window stuff over
Manual
here.
window regulators, greasing them up, pulled them out of one of your old Samurai doors and replacing both of hers and then using her glass. But I think we need new window runners on both doors. So I'm gonna see if we can get those. We need new window cranks, but she's got to be able to roll the window down. Otherwise, how am I gonna yell at her?
Yeah, she's got to be able to roll the window down to tell Chuck to hook up the tow rope so she can pull them out.
Andrew's just about got the second side all done.
Going back together.
Abby's throwing on the wheel spacers. Put some blue Loctite on. And tail lights. Well, I got one back in. They're a wrestling match. Somebody cut them out really tight. And we've been working on the doors. We got the window regulators in. I'll show you over here. The only thing else we're waiting on is the felt strips that run around. These ones are shot, and we're hoping to get them here and in by the weekend. It's supposed to snow this week, so we got a good chance for a snow run, and this could be its first snow run, but that all depends on if we get it all done. Oh, and I got to put the winch on, which the winch is here. We got a Amazon, I think it's like a 9,500 pound winch, like $270, synthetic rope. Okay, we got the wheels and tires on the Samurai. Just waiting on the window felts. Terry's pulling the old ones out right now. Doors are on. Windows are in. And they roll up. So the Samurai is out of the shop. Shop needs cleaned. But it's not done. The headlight switch is a little bit wonky. It was fine when it was sitting in the shop, turning the headlights on, off, staying on, whatever. But going over bumps and stuff, the old contacts in the 1987 Samurai are worn out, so they flicker. So I'm going to bypass, it's only on the low beam, by the way. I'm going to bypass the low beam and put a separate switch in. It's a ground circuit, so it's pretty quick and easy to do. And the rear locker, it's a Spartan locker. It was really, really cheap. It was like $115 online. But it is, I've had lots of lunchbox lockers. I know they make noise. But this thing is loud and very aggressive, like jerks the whole Samurai sideways when it unlocks and locks. And it's, I guess it's not unlocks and locks, just when it's supposed to be unlocked. Going around a corner, it's like way more than your average ratcheting. It's like loud bangs, like very, very audible inside the vehicle. Like it's definitely not right. And when I throw it up on the lift, the left rear won't unlock from. Off to see the Wizard of Weld, Stephen Red. Stephen got us all fixed up. Super simple, lightweight. I think it's gonna be way more than strong enough. What do you think, Steven?
Turned out pretty sweet. Just a, I don't know, kind of cool little design and nothing really to it, but should be very, very strong. So you can bounce off some trees.
I agree. I think it looks really cool. This exhaust right here will bump into that and make some nasty noises. So we got that hanger right there. It's kind of short, so it picked up a longer one. I'm gonna try throwing that on and see if that drops it down a little bit. I only need a half, maybe another 1/4 inch from where it's at for it to be good to go. That should be enough to make the difference. Check it out. Lowered it down just enough to where it doesn't hit anymore. We were out snow wheeling today. Excellent day. TJ rode with me. We came home and Abby's locker showed up, the Lock-Right one, because the Spartan ones seems to be binding up, so it won't unlock. So I'll show you guys that. So right here, much better quality than the other one. New locker is in, everything is torqued down, and I hope it works better than the old one. So this one here, here's the old one. The pins are stuck down in there, 3 out of 4. This is what they should do. They should spring up and down, and these two and that one are stuck. So I assume that was a problem. If not, it probably would have caused problems later. So the Lock-Right went together way better, and it's just seemed like a lot better machining. So hopefully we have better luck with it. We'll know tomorrow. I'm gonna get it thrown into the rear axle and then probably call it a night because I gotta work tomorrow. New floor mats in the Samurai. Had a custom cut that one to clear the throttle and the clutch pedal when they bottom out, but should help out quite a bit. And then on the passenger side, it fits really good, and I patched the hole with a license plate. Well, Samurai cruises down the road, no problem. Brakes work pretty good. Not super stoked on them, but they work pretty good. The pedals just got a lot of throw. The wipers work. The locker works. It drives actually really good. I'm stoked on this thing. We are almost done. Couple more little things. Abby got a good low pressure gauge in the mail today. This is the one I use. It's the better of the two Joe's Racing ones that they sell. That's a very low pressure gauge. Why is this important? Let's talk about it, because I shouldn't say have to. I do educate people all the time in the snow. They have a gauge that goes down to 5 or 10 PSI, and they try to tell me they're at 0. They're not at 0 most of the time. So if your gauge reads 5, like if the first printed number right there is 5, then that's as far down as that gauge is calibrated to. And most gauges aren't calibrated very good. These ones are. This is a very good gauge. But if you're halfway between 5 and where the needle is, or where the pin is on the gauge, where it stops, that does not mean you're at 2.5 PSI. That just means you're outside of the range that it's calibrated for. A good low pressure gauge will make the difference between you not hardly being able to go in the snow and going great, or possibly losing a bead. Maybe you're way too low. You just don't know until you have a good gauge. It is test day for the Samurai. We got into some snow, but it's about the worst snow you could imagine. You can kind of see the ice forming under the tracks. It's dumping kind of rain, snow mix, and it's very, very heavy. And the Samurai's really light. So we're gonna air it down and see how it does. She's learning how to crawl, not to blast the throttle down and spin tire. This is a pretty steep hill. I don't know how well you can tell, but it's slippery too. She's doing good. That's the hardest spot. I've seen a lot of people get screwed right there.
You saw that?
Uh-oh. So it does good. It would definitely do better with the front locker, but first comes power steering. And we are aired down to 5 pounds and you can't even tell. We got these door straps from Roadless Gear that are removable. They got a little cam lock type deal. Oh yeah, you see what showed up. Heck yeah. This is Auxbeam's new Cube Z series. They're 4-inch. I got the amber colored ones. Even their packaging's like fancy. Man, these guys have really stepped it up. Like, their brackets are good. They've got these amber covers. And then these light up. I think all 4 corners light up amber. And the connectors are good. Like Deutsch connectors. Yeah, I'm stoked on these. They're going to look really good on there.